Shorty's in the club. Hey guys, we're back for another Costco Shop With Me video. It is a new month. It's been a while since we have been in the club. We're gonna see what skincare deals they have going on. I'm really excited. But before I go in there, if you are a Costco Club member, comment below. Do you ever check out the deals they have online? Because they have some sweet skincare deals. I think in my last Costco Shop With Me video, or one of my last Costco Shop With Me videos, I pointed out the fact that they sell like a lot of high-end brands, which I'm not an avid user of, like Augustinus Bader, and of course La Mer, La Prairie. If that is your vibe, which is not for me, you know, I'm not into that life. But if that is something that you dabble in, dip your toes in, if you will, and I don't literally mean your actual toe into the cream, because that's nasty, check on Costco.com because they have some really good deals, and I never see La Mer in the club directly. All right, but I scrolled through for you guys and picked out my top deals I'm going to share with you before we head in there. Elta MD UV Clear. This is a sunscreen that I have used for many years. Admittedly, I'm not currently using it, but it is one I highly recommend. It's a hybrid sunscreen. It's really good if you have super oily skin. Very good. It is a holy grail for many people. It's a very popular sunscreen, probably one of their most popular sunscreens. You can get it online right now for $55 for two 1.7 ounces. Now that is in contrast to the going rate, which normally is anywhere from $38 to $41 for just one 1.7 ounce bottle. So that right there is a pretty substantial savings. This particular sunscreen, like I said, it has a nice matte finish. It's not shiny, shiny, shiny. It has niacinamide, which is great for redness and acne-prone skin. It also has lactic acid. Now, in this formula, the lactic acid is mostly acting probably as a humectant to help soften the skin. It's a hybrid sunscreen, so the cast is not noticeable, but if you have a very deep skin tone, there is a chance it's going to leave that lavender look because there is zinc in the formula. Would you rather pay like $40 on Dermstore for one 1.7 ounce bottle, or would you rather pay $55 for two? Yeah. And if you weren't aware, many sunscreens are FSA eligible. If you have a flexible spending account with your health insurance plan, sunscreen counts. So that's money that you could, you know, use towards the FSA account right there. Moving on, another sunscreen duo that I love, MD Solar Science Mineral Cream SPF 50. This is a favorite for me personally. It's a water-resistant sunscreen. It has this nice pore blurring effect. It's got a lot of slip to it. It's very silicone heavy, which a lot of people don't like. But if you're in that smooth slip, pore blurring, cushion effect kind of thing from your sunscreen, you're gonna like this one. A lot of people say, no, I don't care for that. It ends up feeling wet on my face. Skip the line if that's you. If you don't like that, then what else can I tell you? In addition to, it's an all mineral formula. There are no chemical filters in this. It does leave a bit of a cast as a word of warning, especially if you have a deeper skin tone. It's got antioxidants in it, which may or may not help ward off oxidative stress in a sunscreen formula. It has green tea extract. In addition to combating oxidative stress, that's also an ingredient that's helpful for oily skin, as a side note. Vitamin E, which is helpful to protect the formula overall, but also ward off lipid peroxidation in the skin that can be very inflammatory. Tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate. That's one of those stabilized forms of vitamin C that may or may not do anything. It's an antioxidant. It may help if you've got hyperpigmentation. Not only is it FSA eligible, folks, but normally you would be paying $32 for a 1.7 ounce tube of this. Whereas at the club, you can get a 2-pack for $26.99. Moving along, my last and final online deal, and it may actually be in the club. I've just not seen it, but I haven't been in the club in a while, but I'm going to point it out to you guys. It's the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Gel Cleanser. I use this daily. What they have going right now is too hot to handle, too cold to hold. You get 2 of the 7.8 ounce bottles, plus you get a 16 ounce refill pouch. So that right there is basically like 4 bottles worth of cleanser. $21.99. That ladies and gents, is a steal, because if you waltzed into the Targe, you're going to be paying $10.49 for the 7.8 ounce bottle, or you're going to be paying $14.69 for that 16 ounce refill bag. In total, if you went into Target and bought all of the components in this set, you'd be paying $35.67 as opposed to the $21.99 at the club. Now, a word of warning, if you've never shopped at Costco.com, you're going to have to pay a shipping and handling fee. For me, where I live, it's $12.19. I don't know if that varies depending on where you live, the shipping and handling costs, probably. And they don't budge on that. You know, it's not like some of these other retailers where they're like, oh, just buy a bunch of stuff, and if you get to a certain amount, we'll ship it to you for free. No. The club is like $12.19. That 19 cents, you know. This may not be a good deal for you, you know. Maybe you live across the street from Target, and you could just walk over there and pick up the cleanser, as opposed to buying it online and having to pay shipping and handling. It's not going to save you money in the long run. But if your Costco is far, far, far away and it takes you a long time to drive there, time is money, gas is expensive, you know the drill. So maybe the $12.19 shipping and handling, you're going to add some other stuff to your cart, and it's going to pay out, you know, it's going to save you in the long haul because you don't have to make that trip. Because as a side note, you can get a lot of stuff on Costco.com that you can get in the warehouse, and it's kind of convenient to have it shipped to you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, look who has a neck cream. Rock multi-correction lifting cream for a tighter neck and jawline. Big promises there. With aging, a lot of things in the face just descend. With time, you get resorption of bone. Of course, you have loss of collagen and elasticity in the skin, and you have redistribution of fat pockets. All of that leads to flattening of the cheeks and descent into the lower third of the face, the jowly appearance. A cream is not really going to do anything for that. It's just not. It's not even possible. What does this have in it? Shea butter. Mind-blowing. They must have thought on that all year. Glycerin, dimethicone, glycolic acid. Now, glycolic acid it's an alpha hydroxy acid. It's hydrating. It can gently exfoliate. It also has some polyhydroxy acids, zinc gluconate, copper gluconate, that may help smooth out the skin surface as well as improve skin elasticity. You guys, I'm not seeing fragrance, which is pretty cool, but the question we all want the answer to is, what are they charging? And this is one of those where Costco is wanting me to jump up and down to see the price, but I'm gonna do it just for you. $50. $50 for how many ounces? $50 for two 2.6 ounce tubes. So $25 a tube. I don't know, that's not too bad. You know, I have used the Dermatology, DRMTLGY neck cream, and I actually thought that it was pretty good. So I wonder how that one compares. You don't need a specific cream for your neck, but it is an area where the signs of skin aging pop up right quick. I think this is new. Kristen S, the One Signature Shampoo. Light clarifying, high lathering, enhances shine, sulfate free, along with a conditioner, the One. $29.99. Clarifying is good for removing product buildup as well as scalp buildup and scalp residue. This type of shampoo is one to consider if you live somewhere with hard water, because hard water can leave behind a residue on the scalp that can lead to scalp itch, even little acne-like breakouts if you're scratching a lot. Oh, this is unfortunate, however. This particular shampoo has methyl isothiazolinone. That's a preservative that I often point out in my videos because it is a pretty common allergen in rinse-off products like a shampoo. Kristen S is sold at the Targe, and they do make a fragrance-free shampoo and conditioner. I don't believe it has methyl isothiazolinone, but I could be wrong. It's been some time since I've examined the ingredients. Now, Pantene has a sulfate-free moisturizing shampoo and conditioner. Now, sulfates are not the devil. They're very good in terms of cleansing, but if you live somewhere with hard water, the sulfates may be the culprit in contributing to that residue.
In contrast to Kristen S, there's no methyl isothiazolinone in this. You know, people like to hate on Pantene, and I'm not exactly sure why. You know, everyone's hair care needs are different, of course, but there's nothing about Pantene that makes it bad. I think that's just largely urban legend about, you know, maybe some people are just taught to believe that Pantene is a bad shampoo, but, you know, I used Pantene off and on for years, and it's fine. But over the years, all I hear is glowing reviews about the Kirkland Signature Moisture Shampoo, $9.99. For $9.99, that's a pretty good value here. This is new from Strivectin, their Advanced Retinol Plus SPF 30. Is this an all-in-one? Yeah. So retinol, depending on the formulation, can be unstable in the presence of light. That's why it's typically advised to use at night. But that's not like, that doesn't mean all retinol products are unstable. Sometimes the manufacturer may have done things to stabilize it, and presumably that's the case here, although we'll never know because we're not privy to that kind of stuff. This is a chemical sunscreen. Some people find chemical sunscreens burn, sting, aggravate redness. You know, retinol doesn't make you sensitive to the sun. I mean, it makes you sensitive overall, but it doesn't increase your chances of burning. Sodium hyaluronate and gluconolactone, those are going to be very hydrating ingredients, but this does have fragrance in it. The $1,000,000 question, however, is what are they charging here? Almost impossible to tell. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's almost shocking. I'm afraid to mention it. $78 for these two. Do not spend your money on this because there are so many other retinols out there that you can get for much less. Speaking of retinol, this is a really good one. They make one that I prefer that is free of fragrance. They don't have the fragrance-free one here. See, this right now is on sale, $26.99 for the 2 jars. Ordinarily $37.99, so that's an $11 savings. Johnson & Johnson has put a lot of R&D behind their retinol formulations. I'm sure, who was that? Strivectin we were eyeing earlier. I'm sure theirs does too, but like, I mean, this is the thing with retinol. It's not like we have a double-blind randomized placebo-controlled trial comparing the two or anything objectively. So in my opinion, this one is good and better, and you know, it's more affordable. $26.99, much less expensive, right? Than what were they charging? $70, $75, $78. Meaningful Beauty. Comment below on if you use this. Yeah, I used to see this at Ulta pre-pandemic pandemonium. I used to see Meaningful Beauty at Ulta a fair amount, but I'm not sure if it's still sold there anymore. This is Cindy Crawford. Certain celebrities, they fly under the radar of criticism when they come out with skincare products. Like nobody pays, I don't know, maybe because she's such an OG in the world and a legend that she can do whatever she wants, including having a skincare brand. I don't know if it will get you meaningful results. It looks like a moisturizer with maybe some botanic extracts that might have anti-inflammatory properties and fragrance. Oh, hyaluronic acid. Yeah, that can be, you know, that's hydrating, but how much are they charging? $68 for these two. This is a kind of packaging where you think you're getting a lot of product, but all you're getting is an ounce. Like, right? What are those little orbs in there? There's like little melon balls because they talk about the melon super antioxidant. I'm almost certain this used to be sold in Ulta. I think I even like made the same comment about the melon balls like 4 or 5 years ago. But like, here we go. This is one of my absolute favorite moisturizers, Neutrogena's Hydro Boost, extra dry, fragrance free. Right now it's $30 for the two. There's so many gel creams these days that it's either for me, like this is one of my gold standard gel creams. This and like the Hada Labo or the Aveeno Calm and Restore Oat Gel Moisturizer. Like when other brands come out with gel creams, I'm always like thinking in my head, how does it stack up to those? Because these are some of the best, in my opinion. You can use it on the face and you can use it on the neck, you know? If you don't want to shell out all the money for the Rock neck cream. Speaking of Strivectin, I wanted to check this out when we were over here eyeing the Retinol Sunscreen Mambo Combo. It's their Vitamin C Dark Circle. Now, they always get you with the dark circles. Dark under eye circles, they can be, of course, made worse. The appearance of them can be made worse by being dehydrated, having too much salt, seasonal allergies, rubbing, irritation. But a lot of this just has to do with either genetics or age-related change around the eye. Now, vitamin C may help with brightening up any hyperpigmentation, but it's not going to change the shadowing effect of the fact that, you know, some bony resorption has occurred or you have hollows there. It's not going to do that. What type of vitamin C does this have in it anyway? You have to go scanning the ingredient list here to figure it out. Oh, it actually has ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is challenging though. It's challenging to formulate it so that it actually gets into your skin and does anything. This also has jasmine in the sambac flower extract. Another flower extract I can't pronounce. So those may have antioxidants. A bunch of peptides. Acetylhexapeptide 8. That's argireline. They like to pretend it acts like Botox. If it could actually make its way to the neuromuscular junction, okay, but it can't. So it's just hydrating there, likely. Biotin, I don't have any words for topical biotin. Whether or not it does anything, I'm not convinced. But anyway, we have this. We get a travel size and we get this full stick worth. So in total, we're getting 0.67 ounces for. Are you guys ready? Are you holding your breath? See if you can take a moment and guess in the comments how much they're charging for this. And remember, this is Costco, so it's going to be a deal, right? $58.99, y'all. $58.99. Stop. All right, here we are, and they've got the Vital Proteins collagen peptides. Now, I have a recent video talking about all the literature regarding collagen peptides for the skin, the hair, the nails, and all of that sort of thing. Long story short, there are a handful of studies out there, I mean actually quite a few, looking at collagen peptides. The first thing I always see in the comments whenever I talk about collagen peptides is somebody goes, just eat more protein. And it's not quite that straightforward, likely. You make a good point in that, you know, protein is important for our diet, for our skin, and, you know, maybe people aren't getting enough protein, but that's actually unlikely, at least in the way most people in the U.S. at least eat. That's unlikely. It's unlikely that you're a protein penic. But there's evidence that these peptides actually do cross, get absorbed in the intestine, make their way into the bloodstream, and then localize to the skin. So they're not just degraded by digestive enzymes. And once they make it to the skin, the working idea is that they stimulate fibroblasts to make more collagen. Now, the studies that we have are all over the place, so it's really hard to draw super meaningful conclusions, but by and large, they all suggest an improvement in skin hydration, moisture content, and wrinkle smoothing. Great, but you'll also see similar effects in other studies looking at like hyaluronic acid supplements, ceramide supplements. So to what extent this working theory that these animal-derived collagen peptides are actually doing this? We still need more research. The other issue with the collagen peptide studies is that a lot of the supplements have more than just collagen peptides. See, Vital Proteins, I'm not sponsored by this company and I don't consume these things because they're animal-derived, but Vital Proteins, my understanding is just the collagen peptides, but a lot of these supplements have other things in them. They have like ubiquinone or hyaluronic acid, other things that may be explaining the effects seen in the studies. So all that to say, Vital Proteins is here at Costco, $31.99 for the bovine collagen peptide and $34.99 for the fish-derived collagen peptide. You may say, like, which one is better, fish or cow? We don't have enough studies to say if one is superior to the other, truthfully. They're marketing this, I guess, for pescatarians. Then they also have a lemon flavored one here. That is this one beef? Yeah, this one is beef derived. So there's that. All right, then the other set of questions I always get is like, well, can you know, y'all know I don't consume things that come from animals. And so I get a lot of questions from those of you who don't, like myself, asking, well, what's a good vegan collagen peptide? There is not one. Any supplement you see on the market that markets itself as a vegan collagen supplement, it's not collagen peptides. Collagen peptides, as it stands now, come from animals, animal sources. There's not a vegan collagen peptide. If you look very carefully at the ingredients on those supplements, they're going to have things like antioxidants. They may have hyaluronic acid. They may have ceramides in them, but they're not going to have collagen peptides. That's important because if the way these peptides work, the working theory, you know, that they are absorbed in the digestive tract, they make their way to the bloodstream, and then they get to the skin and stimulate collagen, you're not getting that ingredient. There's not a vegan alternative. So don't be duped by the vegan quote unquote collagen. They're not the same thing. Now, one day in the future, maybe they will create a bacterial system that pumps out these peptides. That would probably be more cost effective, I would think, on their end. And that would, you know, present itself with a non-animal derived collagen peptide for us to consume. Now, are these safe? The research suggests they are. Main side effects are digestive upset. They can cause heartburn. Some people get a headache from consuming these. Now, I am not a rheumatologist or a physiatrist, so I'm not going to speak on the research regarding these peptides for musculoskeletal health, joint health, etc. I do know, for example, a lot of people take hyaluronic acid supplements for their joints. Talk to your rheumatologist or physical medicine and rehabilitation doctor. I'm not going to comment on those. Anyways, so vital proteins, you're going to be spending like $31 here for the lemon flavored one, and that gets you 34 servings and 18 grams of protein. Then you have Orgain, hair, skin, nail, joint, and gut support. Theirs is $31.99. You get collagen peptides from, what animal does this come from? Bovine. Also has some probiotics. This also has prebiotics in the form of oligosaccharides, which help feed the good bacteria in your gut. The Bondi Sands Self-Tanning Foam 2-pack plus mitt, $34.99. Sunless tanners are safe to use on the skin. Dihydroxyacetone is the active ingredient in them. They actually may offer some protection against certain wavelengths of UV that penetrate the skin really deeply. Of course, they are not a substitute for sunscreen and sun protection. You still need to use those things, but all that to say, they may actually have anti-aging benefits directly and indirectly. So directly through potential protection from certain UV wavelengths, and indirectly because, well, you're not seeking a sun-induced or UV-induced tan, which is a form of skin injury. I've never used this, but their sunscreen, their fragrance-free sunscreen, is one of my absolute favorites. It's very moisturizing, very hydrating, free of fragrance. YouTube has a shopping feature, as a side note, so it's like a little bag. If you tap on it, you can see the Bondi Sands sunscreen I'm talking about.
All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, on the end slide, I'm gonna put my last Costco Shop With Me video because there's some things that are here that were here last time that we talked about. So definitely check that one out next if you missed it. But if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.